Take your protein pills and put your helmet on. Ground control to Major Tom. Commencing countdown, engines on. Check ignition and may God's love be with you. And this is ground control to Major Tom. You've really made the grade, and the papers wanna know whose shirts you wear. Now it's time to leave the capsule if you dare. And this is Major Tom to ground control. I'm stepping through the door, and I'm floating in a most peculiar way. And the stars look very different today. For here am I, floating around my tin can, far above the world. Planet Earth is blue, and there's nothing I can do. And though I'm past 100,000 miles, I'm feeling very still. And though I think my spaceship knows which way to go, tell my wife I love her very much. She knows. Ground control to Major Tom. Your son is dead. There's something wrong. Can you hear me, Major Tom? Can you hear me, Major Tom? Can you hear me? Floating around my tin can, far above the moon. Planet Earth is blue, and there's nothing I can do.
There's nothing glamorous about migraines. Since I was a teenager, the pain has taken me away from my family and friends. But I finally found relief with Nurtec ODT. It's the only medication that can treat my migraine right when it strikes and prevent my next attack. Treat and prevent all in one.
Don't take if allergic to Nurtec. Most common side effects in less than 3% are nausea, indigestion, stomach pain.
With quick dissolving Nurtec, I can get back to normal fast and prevent my next attack. Treat and prevent all in one.
Jimmy on the beat, boy.
Okay, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. 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 BOOMER, please, your dusty mood don't vibe with me. You are old and so therefore I must say 10 for dinosaur. Okay, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer.
Jimmy on the
Okie
beat,
dokie,
boy.
boomer.
Oh my God, can you hear us out there? Far and
Okie
away.
dokie, Boomer. Can you hear us? I don't know.
Yeah, I think I can. Can you hear? Hi, Kate. Hi, Gamer. Hi, Julie.
I know something about Kate.
Chad Wilson. Eric. What's up, Eric? We got a great Sabrina Salvati, Sabby Sabs cut tonight.
Yes, we
Stick
do.
around. Chad, haven't seen you in a while, brother. How you doing?
Chad.
Good to see
What's
you.
up?
Bob Swanek. What's up, Bob Swanek? Dingo.
Welcome, Bob.
Hey,
Dingo.
baby.
Hey, Dingo.
What's going on? I jumped on these. Vic. V.S. Adams. Good to see you. Becca C. Hi, Becca. Gamer.
Hi, Becca.
What's on, Gamer? Jilly Love, of course. FFG.
Gamer.
SFG.
As long as you got your weed, right?
Yeah, as long as you got your weed. As long as you got your weed. Oh my gosh. What do we got over? Am I looking at the Rockfin too? I jumped onto these call outs real quick tonight.
No,
'cause we
that's
gotta-
fine. I see Osama hanging out. Osama number 5's over there. Fred Edwards.
Yay.
Who else is over there? Kate. You guys had the funniest conversation over here. Kate, I hope you're whooping it up at the stripper bar.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw Osama this morning over at Black Bear News. If you haven't,
Nice.
go over and check out Black
Kevin.
Bear News. Kevin at Black Bear News. He's not depressing. He's just realistic, and we love.
Yeah,
that.
no, he just tells you the way it is,
Yeah,
man.
he
Crone,
does.
welcome, Crone.
Crone, what's going on? Are you still over on Finn, or are we looking at YouTube still?
We're looking at the YouTubes. There's a few talking on the fin, not a lot.
Yeah.
Copeland Morris. I think I might have left out Copeland.
Copeland, good to
Over
see
there.
you, Copeland. Copeland, you're in there all the time.
Oh, Jim. I see Jim.
Jim.
Riley Martin's over here
Riley
too.
Martin. We love calling out our chats. You know, if we see, we can't grow, guys. So we're right where we need to be. If we have so many people, we would never have time to do the show. If we-
I know, and
so-
read it. Like, yeah. No, I like that we are small enough to interact with our community.
Yeah, shoot.
For sure.
Chanda, you're looking great tonight.
Thank you. I'm exhausted. You know, I did my Republican-driven candidate forum yesterday. Oh my God, it was insane because it was nonpartisan, right? We had to hire a security guard to be there with the way everything's so polarized anymore. And we had Democrats behind me and I had Republicans. And I tell you what, I can't agree with any of them on everything. And I'm just stuck in the middle is the way I felt. But I let a lot of people know that I don't believe in electoral politics. So it's a lot like Santa Claus. It's just there to make you behave. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
was over it.
I agree. And just to let everyone know, I'm feeling a little bit better.
I'm so glad you're feeling better. I
little
hate
bit
when
better.
you feel down. I love
Yeah.
seeing your creativity come out of you when you're feeling better.
Yeah, Shanda can tell when I'm feeling better because I do more stuff and it's more fun.
Well, you
so-
make cool stuff. You got a lot of cool stuff you've made on the deck. So
Yeah, we're gonna have a fun show tonight. I hope we're gonna have Miss Amber King's gonna join us at the top of the hour.
Amber's stopping by at 8 o'clock.
She's
So
gonna
yeah.
stop by at 8 o'clock. You guys know we don't do interviews, but Amber's a sister. She's part of the show, part of the network. So
She's roar, man.
we love having Amber on because she's gonna depress us or inform us, whatever you
Scare the hell. I got to travel with her this coming week. Oh my God.
Yeah,
It's
oh
the
my
things
God.
she's going to tell me, it melts my mind when you're on an airplane at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah, just oh
scare
my
the
gosh.
crap out of me.
Yeah, I did you tell Shanda? Eric wants to know? Did you tell them Dems equal Republicans equal corrupt corporate
Yes,
warmongers?
constantly. I constantly kept telling them. And the things I couldn't get on board with, I mean, like, they don't want to house people first. They think that there's voter fraud, not election fraud. Like, it's just, they're. When you know the truth, you know the truth, and you can't subscribe to either side of the bullshit. And that's really where I found myself at. But because I'm a friend and, I still care that the people in my districts, the voices are heard. That's why I, offer to help with these forums, because I want them to get to a point where they realize they can't subscribe to either side of the bullshit.
Yeah, we got to remind everybody that our elections are absolutely 100% accurate. And
yes, they are 100%. Trust that shit.
Yeah, EF. We don't say EF too often unless we slip. So
no, I wasn't saying there was. I was just saying
no.
that they're
I know
saying,
you weren't. I'm just making sure we cover our asses.
YouTube.
Yeah.
The Republicans think that there's voter fraud.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying.
That's all you're saying. So, well, whatever. If it's the Democrats get slaughtered like we think they're going
But
to,
they won't, because if you pay attention to the Convo Couch or any election activists, they're not going to get slaughtered. They will lose a lot of fucking races, but they're not just going to be like pulverized by. They're not. I mean,
No,
where I live, the Dems have had control for 65 years. So no way the Republicans are going to flip that.
No, this is a team sport, and we have one team, and they both play for each other.
Right, the military-industrial complex.
It's what it is.
Corporate America. Yeah, come on, keep it coming.
It is. It's pretty normal shit. So how are we going to make everybody crazy tonight, Chanda? What do you think? Should we start with Suzanne?
Headlines?
Headlines. I like this. I grabbed this. I mean, these aren't out of newspapers. They're out of social media per se. But Dagny Taggart says Zelensky is among the favorites for winning the Nobel Peace Prize. It is reported by Reuters, citing bookmakers' data. The winner of the Peace Prize will be announced on October 7th in Oslo. This is just outrageous. Feel free to comment. I am at a loss for words. Well, Irish Dim Sum said there is no such thing as a Nobel Peace Prize anymore. It no longer exists other than a very tragic joke. So I'm thinking, absolutely. Yep. And I just wanted to throw this in because we are in Washington. The false claim that Senate Republicans plan to end Social Security and Medicare by Senator Patty Murray. Our senator of Washington State said that this week, and I
that's what I'm saying.
I gotta
We're never gonna get rid of her. Patty Murray, mom in tennis shoes, ain't going anywhere.
No, they're gonna carry her out, on a stretcher one of these days because she'll be too old, like Feinstein, to stand up. But the point I'm trying to make is that she's just preaching the same bullshit. Who are the first ones that try to get rid of Social Security and Medicare or privatize it?
It's always the Democrats that pull this shit off. The Republicans can never do it, right? Because there's always too much pushback. And oh my God, how evil are you? But Bill Clinton, Obama, who do you think gutted? Joe Biden gutted most of our social programs in the last 40 years. It was fucking Democrats.
Joe Biden, and it's ironic to me that everybody's kissing Joe Biden's ass when he's the one that took the bankruptcy provision out for students they can't file bankruptcy.
I know, right?
It's like, you really voted for this guy, or if you don't vote for me, you ain't black, and all this bullshit that he always puts up there.
Well, I didn't bring it, but did you see that whole student debt forgiveness shit? Like, sorry, we can't do that now, and like a lot of people aren't getting it. Jimmy did a report on it the other day, and a lot of people don't realize that. And so we're going to be hearing at the midterm, what did the Democrats do? Oh, the Democrats, they wiped away student debt. Like, no, you better check yourself, because I don't think that's what happened. The mainstream media hyped it up for a week, telling you that's what happened. But go ask some people how much they got forgave.
Well, tell me, how is Roe versus Wade going to be on the ballot in November?
It is. Oh my gosh, I couldn't even believe in my small little candidate forum for CD down. That was one of the main debates, and it was just like, yeah.
Let's go.
I just want to scream up and go. I just want to stand up and scream. You're both being taken. You're being played against each other. The Democrats want it this way because they're going to make a buttload of money privatizing it in the blue states. Oh, and the red states, they're going to make a shit ton of money with pharmaceuticals. There you go.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's start with the weather report, shall we?
We got to talk about Ian. Ian ripped through Florida. 2 days ago, made landfall as almost a Category 5. And with most hurricanes, and we know this from the past, it takes quite a few days and weeks for information to get out, because they're in there, they're doing rescue, and they're doing, trying to get gas and services and food and water in. So the news trickles out really slow after hurricanes. I know today we heard a death count of 35, but remember with Hurricane Katrina, it took us 3-4 weeks before we knew how many people were actually, when you look at the amount of water that came into Florida, I know that there's probably more. And then it went back out and got rebuilt to a Category 1 and smacked the Carolinas and brought a huge storm surge in, and they're underwater.
Yeah, the damage is devastating. So here we go. This is your first little zinger here.
These are the odd things.
As Category 4 Hurricane Ian hits Florida, it appears the floodwaters are actually carrying away houses. And now video shows sharks are appearing in the streets of Fort Myers. Now this isn't to be mistaken with the same fake image that circulates whenever flooding happens, but people are actually reporting fish swimming inside their homes. But as we see this massive storm surge in Pine Island, we're reminded Florida man is gonna Florida man.
Major high wire hurricane!
As they're using the floodwaters to wakeboard.
Yes, sir!
And using the hurricane waves to jet ski. Taking a swim in their living room. Or legit challenging Poseidon himself by trying to take a dip in the ocean. But at least Florida man is using his powers for good as he walks barefoot through the floodwaters to save a cat living his literal nightmares.
Kitty! Look at Michael saving the kitty. Aww.
And now on Instagram, this Lambo owner has decided to take his Lamborghini on a supply run, only for it to be taken by the flood. And now it appears both his Lambo and his Rolls Royce have been submerged in water, which is scary because even the fire department vehicles are getting flooded. And even the weatherman is getting in tune with nature.
Alright, you know what?
Which, kudos to him for being out there and getting blasted by a tree, in contrast to when weathermen just pretended the weather was bad. Because we're seeing condos being flooded in Naples, boats being swept away in Fort Myers, and even the Fort Myers weather cam is going underwater. Now on the other side of Hurricane Ian, in Tampa Bay, the water has just receded into the ocean, and on the other side of Florida, Miami is seeing tornadoes form, as the weather radar shows the sheer size and power of Hurricane Ian, and the flood maps showing how much of the area will be submerged in water. Now here comes the part where I blame Democrats for all of this. But no, that would be stupid. It's the weather. But that didn't stop CNN's Don Lemon from trying to make a hurricane political.
Can you tell us what this is and what effect climate change has on this phenomenon?
Well, we can come back and talk about climate change at a later time. I want to focus on the here and now.
As if giving politicians money was going to stop.
Did you see that? I think Jimmy covered that too. Like,
yeah, I get
that was pretty funny.
Why even bother anymore? I mean, what we know, we're just fucked. So, and you got another one here, right? What is it?
Actually, I brought a couple of rescues. We're starting to see rescues now. Look at this. This is just mind blowing. I couldn't imagine, waking up to this much water in my house. Communities are underwater.
I thought mobile homes float.
I think they have to be tied down because of earthquakes, right?
Yeah.
How many up there are you? Me and the wife. Okay. Well, we got the wife. That's okay. You have a freight for him or a bag or something? Okay. What's your name? Eric. Tyler. We'll get you out of here, all right? Hey, how about your neighbors? You know of any injuries or anybody? Well, they're old people, but if they're going to a shelter, they won't go. Okay, I'm going to...
Taking it pretty well,
Yeah. These guys are hey, get a bag ready with your wallet, phone, change of clothes.
Well, they put an evacuation warning up for most of the state because they didn't know where it was going to come in. It doesn't matter. All communities in Florida flood when the hurricane comes in. Guess.
We're gonna get. There's a whole bunch of people just.
What
like
they call this? They call this a 500-year flood.
Take you to a shelter. We'll be all right. You'll have food, water, and everything.
So when do they quit calling?
No, everybody else is staying. They don't want to go. So we're gonna go keep.
Yeah,
on moving.
exactly. They call it 100-year every year.
Terrible.
God, I can't imagine leaving my house like that.
No, I couldn't either. That's one fastidious about getting ready to evacuate.
Exactly. When they tell you to go, you fucking go.
Well,
Look, they're trying to get the pets out.
Yeah.
my poor kitties. I couldn't imagine.
Yeah, I was thinking about that one. Well, at least the water's clean.
There's sharks and gators in there.
Yeah, I know. I saw sharks.
And it's full of, sewer and septic and.
Yeah, that's no fun, man.
Yeah, no fun. And yeah, the videos are just starting to come out. We're going to see some, we're going to see a lot in the next week, I think. And of course, I had to bring Weather Girl Amber back. That was a great throwback.
Check her here.
We're working with Elon Musk and Starlink satellite. So they're positioning those Starlights, the Starlink satellites to provide good coverage in Southwest Florida and other affected areas. We have with me, where do I have the, do I have it? So here are the Starlinks that we're going to provide for Lee County. And so what this will do, so they have satellites that beam down, but you can't just get it on your device without having things like that beaming it to the public or beaming it to whatever. So those are going to be really for their use at the places that are offering the emergency response so that they can be fully hooked up and can get online if they need to go. At the same time, we are working with SpaceX, and we are expecting 120 additional large Starlink units to deploy to Southwest Florida. And so they've donated the costs associated with all the coverage. So we want to thank SpaceX and thank Elon Musk for that.
Yeah, this was a press conference from about 8 hours ago where DeSantis thanks Elon for all of the Starlink satellites that he's donating, and what they're using them for is communication and getting people back online. And boy, isn't it an effective way to come in during a disaster and get all of your fucking, crap embedded for use. It's a takeover.
Gates pulled the same shit with his stuff.
Right.
It's a big PR thing and whatever. So
he's the military-industrial complex's golden boy. So do you expect anything less? Both sides love him, the left and the right.
Yeah, so. I know. They made Bill Gates into, he's such a great man, funding education and shit. So.
Yeah. Well, we know better. We know better.
You brought a Jimmy here, huh?
Well, this was pretty funny, so.
Okay.
Why not?
Oh, why not?
There's a hurricane happening, and whenever there's a hurricane, they always send the guy out to stand there and show you how bad the wind is.
How bad was it?
But of course, I understand. First of all, I don't understand why they do this. It's just like some kind of Japanese game show where you have to go out and stand in the wind and see how long you can take it. Why not just go in a fucking wind tunnel and show all people how much? Anyway, but they do this.
Just get other. It's the same thing.
It's the same thing.
Here's what wind does.
Here's what wind does. Go to a wind tunnel. You don't have to go out there and and risk a branch blowing in your face. Anyway, this guy's out there and watch. So he's.
Extreme moments. They don't issue those lightly, and clearly, the way that we're getting whipped around and battered by this violent wind is enough reason for us in the National Weather Service.
No, you see the guy calmly walking to his vehicle?
Yes. Look, we are on. You gotta bear with me.
Bear with me. He can't even talk.
If I don't make it home, tell my family it was climate change.
And they don't issue those warnings lightly. Did you hear him? As this guy just nonchalantly walks to his car in the background.
The most extreme moments.
Most extreme moments. Oh my God. He's having an extreme moment.
They don't issue those lightly.
They don't issue those lightly.
Clearly. We're getting whipped around and battered by this violent wind. Is enough
Enter pedestrian.
Here he goes.
Casual. Strolling.
Just casually.
Those extreme wind warnings.
Totally.
The fact that we're getting whipped around like this. Oh my God.
You gotta bear with me.
You gotta bear with me. I can't even.
That's why I understand a little bit more now how these kind of people can look at January 6th as a bloody insurrection. Like, it was, people were yelling.
Hey,
There was ketchup on the wall.
So they're actors. So these aren't journalists. What you have to understand is these aren't journalists. These are actors. They know what the story is that they're selling because they're selling a story, and then they go out and they try to act it. That's why Don Lemon was doing all that climate change stuff when he was talking to the head of the Hurricane Center, and the head of the Hurricane Center kept telling him, no, it's not climate change. Shut up. Stop talking about it. And he kept going, but you don't think it's climate change? You don't really think? Because he knows the story that they're supposed to tell at CNN. And the story they're supposed to tell is they're always supposed to amp up climate change. They've pivoted from Russiagate and Trump to climate change. And that's
climate
what
change punishes the guilty also.
And this guy, so what this guy is doing, he knows the narrative. He knows the story he's supposed to tell.
Yeah.
And that's what he's doing. And that's why that guy, and here it is again. This happened. This isn't the first time. They do this all the time. This happened in 2005.
But first, the severe flooding here in the Northeast as more rain continues to fall today. NBC's Michelle Kaczynski.
She's in a canoe. It's so deep she can't even walk in it. They had to get a canoe. That's how bad the flooding is.
Yes, she's in a canoe. Is in Wayne, New Jersey this morning.
Hey,
Michelle, good morning to you.
Look at
Good morning.
Well,
Obviously, we're getting a nice break from the rain, but not the flooding. This is essentially not part of the Passaic River in this neighborhood. It rushed in.
Yeah. We saw a lot of it this week.
Yeah, we saw it all. And to Jimmy's point is, the mainstream media is acting. And I think Eric said, disaster is extremely profitable. That's Jilly.
It is.
Jilly
yeah,
said
disaster
that. Yeah,
sells.
Jilly said that.
Yeah,
Eric's
sure.
disaster sells. Yeah, absolutely. It's all a con, just virtually
Yeah.
everything. And I'm finding more that comes out of MSNBS or NBC, Comcast, which is, they might as well just call it General Electric, is just so promoting war. It's sickening.
All of them promote war, and that's another thing
They're
about
the
the
worst.
candidate forum
Yeah.
yesterday is both sides want to go to fucking war. Like, can we talk peace at all, guys? Is there anybody who represents peace?
Did they even
left?
say why they wanted to go to war? What the hell?
Oh my God, because Putin bad. F Putin.
Oh,
Save
shit.
Ukraine,
I would think the Republicans would be in Putin's
I
corner.
think there's a lot more Republicans that are getting it, but they're normally the military, the military people. So yeah, no, they both want war.
You got a couple
War
of,
hawks, both sides.
couple of memes up here. What do you?
I love this meme. So okay, I'll come by for one drink. I've got to be up early tomorrow. 3 hours later, drunk woman steals a ferry and yells, "I'm Jack Sparrow."
Yeah, that sounds like you, Shanda.
Kate, is that going to be you tomorrow?
Yeah. I wonder, why is it going to be Kate tomorrow?
Why is it going to be Kate tomorrow?
Why did you say that?
Because it's Kate's birthday. Happy birthday, Kate.
Yeah, happy birthday, Kate. Happy birthday. We want to say happy birthday, Kamshwari. Kate, the whole team wishes you the happiest of birthdays, and I know everybody in our chats are going to wish you happy birthday because that's the way they are. Thank you so much for being here with us tonight, Kate, on your birthday. What did you say you were going to do earlier? What did she say she was going to do? She's going to go...
No, I saw it on the rock page. She was going to do something naughty.
Something naughty. You were going to do something naughty. What are you going to do naughty on your birthday, Kate?
Let me see if I can get back to this.
Yeah,
She says, "Hey, you guys, I might not be able to make it to the live stream. It's my birthday, and I'm going to the Singers Club for my group birthday spanking tonight." And then she says, "Not really. But I will be out at the march where we can watch the birds migrate or migration for the day. Love you and miss you all." Well, we hope you're having an excellent birthday, Kate.
Yeah, we do, Kate. She's trying to kid us over
There
here.
she is. She's in the shadow over here.
She's trying to say I'm having a kombucha, then swithing to herbal tea, kombucha. Kombucha, is that
my kind of party?
What is kombucha? What is that?
Oh man, I love it, man. It just gets me all. I'm gonna have to buy a couple because I can't drink coffee. I've taught myself that again this weekend.
What's in kombucha? Is that?
Well, some people get almost like drunk off of it, and it definitely gives me an altered state. But I can't say I'm intoxicated. But I like it.
Well, in honor of Kate's birthday, Shanda had to do something special, and she drugged me into this.
I did.
But we've got a cover of Hair of the Dog that Shanda put her face on this singer. Really good. But this one goes out to you, Kate. We hope you enjoy it. It's Hair of the Dog with the usual suspects participating in the rephase.
Make mine a hair of the dog.
Happy,
Yay, very good.
happy birthday, Kate. We just couldn't
Happy
do the
birthday.
conventional happy birthday to you. We had to do hair of the dog, man.
Hair of the dog. That's an earworm, man. It's been in my head all day. You did a great job. That turned out nice and smooth. And I'm with you, Becca C, though. I don't miss the hair of the dog.
Yeah, geez, man, I got to tell you, Jilly said I get around. Yes, I do get around, Jilly. I do get around. And I got to do, I do like bows in my hair because I actually have hair in those. So that makes it better. So anyway,
Very
everybody
nice. We hope you have a great birthday.
Yeah,
Kate.
we really do. So it was, we really like to have fun here. And the more we do, the more we'll get better at doing stuff. So we appreciate your support. What do you got, a Carl Vernon here? What's going on, man?
Well, I'm getting ready to fly out, so I'm thinking about things I need to pack in my luggage, and I came across this video. I advise against this, but this is pretty funny. And After Dark.
Okay, it's After Dark. Remember that, everybody. After Dark.
We fucked up. We fucked Hij valt zo rond, denk ik, jongens. We hadden een beetje stommerheid op ons.
I like how they all cheer at the end.
I made it through the flapper. Ah, you gotta love that. Gotta love that.
that's
Oh,
funny.
Gamer, that's nice. Gamer put some artwork up there for Kate's birthday. There you
Aw.
go. I love it. Hey, Yona, what's going on, Yona?
Hey, Yona. I liked your video you dropped earlier today.
Yeah.
The Clintons, definitely good.
Oh,
Great
yeah.
show.
Yeah, definitely. I have a Yum Yum, Shanda. Guess what?
You have a Yum Yum?
Guess what? President Joe Biden wins trip to Mar-a-Lago Resort. Trump is to fast-track golf junket. Looks like Joe's really happy there. This is a Yum Yum, guys. Remember, not...
He would be happy there. He wouldn't even be oblivious. Like, oh, nice place.
Yeah, where am I? Here.
Yeah.
Can you swing the club for me?
Well, did you see all the hype about you had one job to Hurricane Ian, you didn't hit Mar-a-Lago?
Oh
and
God,
the
yeah.
ship,
I had
and
I put that in earlier. I was going to reface myself on that, but I just couldn't do it. So yeah, the
Thank
one
you.
number
I'm
one
glad you did.
job one is to get vaccinated before the hurricane comes
my
in
God, I
and
know.
makes your house
Yeah.
float away. So whatever. Oh my gosh, here's a history lesson here. U.S. News
History.
and World Report. I used to look at these when I was older but younger. It came out in 1966. Medicare for All. How near? ABCs of starting a plan. 1966. So tell me something. Were they trying to fear people into this back then, or was this actually a thing?
Well, yeah, because socialized medicine, especially in the 60s coming out of the McCarthy era, hell yeah, people were scared of a socialized program like this, But a lot of them campaigned on it. I've seen reels of Pelosi in like 65, right around the same time as Kennedy, because, Pelosi worked for Kennedy's first campaign, I want to say. And they would push Medicare for All back then, and they'd run on it. They've been doing it for almost 50 years.
Well, the thing that really freaked me out when I saw this, because I'm so fixated on universal, fully funded health care for everybody, no ifs, ands, or buts. But in 1966, this label could be on U.S. News and World Report today. Look at that. Truth about Red China. How much of a threat. And truce try fails. Where's
Where's Russia?
Jesus Christ. What the hell? Are we like living in a loop or something? It just gets fancier every year.
History does repeat itself.
Oh my
right?
God in heaven! It's incredible. We have got Max Blumenthal. U.S. is funneling another $12 billion into Ukraine warlords, bringing its total of military and humanitarian aid to Ukraine to over $80 billion. Do you think it's going to hit $100 billion before they're done, or more?
They did already. They're not putting the numbers out there, so we know it's that high. Come on, think about 40 billion here, 12 billion there. It's there.
Yeah, it's.
I know it's there.
It's crazy. Well, I ran across this, the Chris Hedges report. If you haven't seen it, it's on Real News. But he had Raja Wattas on there the other day. And I took a couple of segments out of here. I thought everybody might be interested in giving it a listen. This first one's really short, but then the next one's a little bit longer. But Roger makes a couple of points here that I want to help him drive home by platforming it tonight. So check this out.
The powers that be who run the United States and completely control all the politicians and the government. And we know that's just a charade. There's really no difference between any of the politicians. Because as we know, government can be purchased in the United States. That's what Citizens United is, which is only about 10 years old as far as I remember. But you can buy it, you can purchase the election, which is weird that they would call themselves a democracy and yet government is for sale to the highest bidder. So
government has been for sale.
Absolutely.
For even before Citizens United, but Citizens United basically cut through the red tape that they had to go through.
It did. It did, right?
Yeah, and they've literally bought off
And they all want
every
it.
politician. Every politician.
Yeah.
Every politician. The squad, too, for those AOC lovers
Oh,
out
they
there.
like to spout the whole they're against Citizens United. But now that we're so far down the road and, you know, every time it's been challenged, the fucking corrupt courts have upheld it. So it's not even a fucking thought to them anymore. You
It's
bring up
not.
Citizens United, they're like, oh, that was a talking point in 2016.
Where you been? Get out from
Yeah.
under your rock. We do not have a democracy in this country. We've got at best a banana republic. Or worse.
At best.
At worst.
Yeah, worse,
We're just
right.
an imperial nation, in my opinion. Now, this next one, it gets a little more in depth, and Roger, once again, makes some great points. So, what did Cenk Uygur call him? Some
Irrelevant
irrelevant
rock
rock
star
star from Pink
something
Floyd.
like that.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah. Here, Cenk, give this a listen. See if that sharpens your brain cells a little bit.
towards Ukraine being the new Cuba, we're having another Cuban missile crisis right now in Eastern Europe, like we had in 1962. But two things were different in we don't know. One thing was certainly different. And what was that? John Fitzgerald Kennedy was speaking to Nikita Khrushchev on the telephone. We know this because William Polk was in the room, and so was Ray McGovern, and they've told us what was going on during those moments. When the Hawks were saying, press the button, let's kill them before they kill us. And to his eternal credit, JFK went, whoa, hold on. And he listened to wiser voices, and he spoke to Khrushchev, and they figured it out. And Khrushchev figured it out as well, and he went, all right, understand. Is Biden talking to Putin? Of course he's not. Biden is sitting there saying, you are Hitler, and we're going to remove you from power. Hang on a minute. It's not your country, Joe, you doddering old fool. It's Russia. It's their country. It's nothing to do with you. What? This is insane. You can't try and manufacture regime change in one of the most powerful nuclear-armed countries in Russia. Did you not watch the Second World War, Joe, when you were a little kid? Did you not see 23 million of them died fighting the Nazis, saving you and me from the tyranny of the Third Reich? The Russians did that. You think they're going to take any notice of you telling them that they've got to get a new leader? You are uniting the Russian people behind Vladimir Putin. What you think of him is irrelevant. And it's crazy. You can't have the president of a great, great country like the United States poking another world leader in the eye with a bloody sharp stick. It's insane that they've allowed foreign policy.
Common sense.
Amazing.
Common damn
sense.
sense. Virtually everybody in our chats and in social knows this. Common sense. Kennedy didn't listen to the warmonger and sons of bitches. Otherwise, we would have had bigger problems back then when we did. But now you got this sock puppet and his partner VP, and they're going to let these bastards do whatever they want.
They want it. This is their plan. There is no talk of peace. And I love that he looks at history. You know, you go back, and World War II happened because they kicked the can down the road with World War I. Well, that's all they did with World War II, too. This has been this Cold War brewing over all this bullshit and the borders and the lines and NATO for all these years. It's not going to go away till they get their big conflict, right?
Yeah. And we're not saying that, you know, what happened in World War II shouldn't have happened, but there were so many aspects of World War II that really shouldn't have happened.
When you look at history and how many false flags we've been fed from the very get-go of this, World War I started with the false flag. You know, World War II pulled Americans in. I believe that was a false flag. It wasn't a false flag, but they knew it was going to happen. They let it happen. They let They need something to enrage the American people, so we'll get outraged and demand that we go to war.
Yeah.
And that's what they did with Pearl Harbor.
Yeah.
There's so many reports that say the White House knew it was coming 6 hours before it happened, right? That there's a ton of documentaries out there that say that. So what's next? We're just waiting for the false flag that outrages us and pulls us in, just like 9/11 did with Iraq.
They've got the tooth polishing public propagandized to the point where they're eager to have World War
Both
III.
sides are cheering
What
it
the
on.
actual
Push
F?
the button.
Guys.
Yeah.
Guys, what are you
Yeah.
going to do when you can't get your McNuggets or have your internet movies anymore? Jesus.
Well, yeah, why do
Christ.
you think it's okay if we nuke anywhere on the planet?
Anywhere
Like,
on the planet.
Anywhere
What's
on
wrong
the planet.
with you?
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on to the next meme you brought.
I love this one. So, quick animal fact number 4. Most banjo catfish can't actually play the banjo. This is because they can't afford one.
Oh, jeez. You're
That looks
killing
like a
me.
Picostomus,
It
not
does.
a banjo catfish. I think somebody doesn't know what a banjo catfish looks
I
like.
don't know what it looks. I don't. It's kind of ugly. We got another birthday here. This one is.
Yeah, I saw this. You know, I don't rake on Carter because I think of all of the men that were in power over, the last so many years. He was one of the good ones. And, did he accomplish much? And did a lot of his policies fail? Yeah, they were set up to fail because they don't want progressivism to ever be recognized as workable in our country.
Yeah,
so.
I can say, I've got condemnation for Carter too, but at least he got off his ass when he got out of the White House and started doing stuff for people, building houses and shit. Where Obama's out there on his private bowling alley in Martha's Vineyard helping to rig some things that go on. Primary things that go on with, a certain party that he's affiliated with, which is the duopoly. We've got, this was a great pose. Check this out.
I know, I saw it.
Isn't this great? The newspaper guy. He should have this embossed or tattooed.
I love you, Pasta. That's so awesome. That is just badass.
Newspaper guy. We had to bring that because he says he's the newspaper guy, and he is the newspaper guy. And if you can, go over and help out the Convo Couch because I think they're stuck there until they raise enough money to
get them home.
Get them
Bring
home.
Convo
Bring them
Couch,
home.
yeah.
But the big election is tomorrow. That's going to be tomorrow. From what I understand, Lula is just like wiping out Bolsonaro in the polls, but we know how that works, right?
We do.
We do.
Unfortunately.
We do. So, yeah, if you can, help out the Convo Couch and help out Chanda to get to D.C., and we want to get you home. You got enough to get home yet, Chanda?
Well, yeah, we got the ticket back because we bought our tickets there and then we'll get our tickets back. The tickets back were double what the tickets there were. But yeah, no, we're good. And I want to thank everybody who has helped donate. I'm going to do a special roll on Tuesday, just to give everybody credit who's helped out. And yeah, if you still want to, give us some travel money, we appreciate the buy a coffee money and, that type of help out. This trip has been, we went 2 years ago. And that was during COVID, right at the beginning of COVID. It was like March, I want to say. It was scary to travel at that time. It really was. And everything's triple what it was just 2 years ago to go to the same damn place.
There's no inflation, by the way.
No inflation at all.
Right?
That's just made up. Have you, the White House, haven't you heard that stuff's to leveling off, man?
Yeah, I mean.
What is up with gas prices? Why did they back up?
I don't know. But celery's still
5 something a freaking gallon where I'm at.
I see you've got the price of eggs down the list here, but
yeah, that's scary, ain't it?
Celery, a stalk of celery, $3. What the actual hell is that?
Wow, it's celery.
Yeah, it's celery. I mean, come on.
Celery.
So, but I've got tomatoes and pumpkins coming up my orifices. So,
I bet that's gotta hurt, man.
Yeah.
Pumpkins are kind of big.
Yeah, well, they're really small pumpkins this year because it's been so cold this summer. They're a third the size they're supposed to be.
And there's no rain either, so they're not getting water.
I mean, she's out there to the sun gods today. Okay, the next couple of days are still going to be hot. Maybe she can get a little bit bigger pumpkins that are still left out there. But wow.
Heck yeah, Eric. We are going to meet up. Definitely, for sure, on the streets. I will see you.
Oh, Eric's going to be there. Cool, man.
Well, yeah, Sabby's going to be there. Becca C., thank you for the super sticker. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Becca. That really.
Heck yeah, Savvy's going to be there. I'm going to fangirl out. Brandy Critico sent me an email with some Assange stuff in it, and I had to fangirl out a little bit. Like, oh my God, Randy Critico sent me an email.
Oh, well, that's good, Randy. Yeah, I think I've engineered with him before. Interesting.
Well, I was looking at everybody's flyers, all the people that are out in the streets talking about Assange, and because I knew I was going to be meeting with the group, and I definitely wanted to cover it. And so I sent Misty messages like, hey, can you ask Randy if I could have that flyer he's been passing out, because I like it.
Yeah, no, that's great. And as a matter of fact, I want to thank everybody again for sharing out the video I made
that was so awesome with all the speakers lined up. Heck yeah.
Yeah, no, that was really great, and I appreciate the kudos on that. Just to let everybody know, combined with Rockfin, I think I'm getting close to 6,000 views on that. So
nice.
Yeah. So again,
way to go. Yay.
Just the Twitter one is bucking 3,000. So.
Good. Share it. Get those speakers out there.
Yeah, get them out there. But just a heads up, Monday I hope to be dropping a new one that's got Pennsylvania spelled right in the bottom of the.
Shit, it happens.
Yeah, I don't know who did. I can't take credit for that, but my spelling's shitty. That's why I have Chanda and Amber
my
check
spelling's
my spelling.
shitty too. Yeah. I always tell my chat, you guys are going to catch some spelling errors.
Linda,
a lot of it's time though. You're typing fast and
yeah. Well, Linda gets last look at everything. So if I spell anything wrong, I'm going to blame it on Linda. You hear that, Linda? It's your fault.
Poor Linda.
Poor Linda. Linda does such great work. So anyway, we've got a united spot here, and
I had to bring one.
And you got 3 of my most unfavorite people in there. Thank you very little, Chanda. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All right, so ask Jackie if she's here. Jackie, are you here? Where's Jackie? Where's Jackie? Just mumble something. So much news in the milkman is going around in the back. The son of a bitch actually shit.
So it's like totally been like almost like 4 years since I was like totally inaugurated, like whatever. And a lot has like totally changed since I became like a congresswoman / Instagram model. But I haven't changed. Like, I'm like still the same old bartender from the block or like whatever. Yes, the same bartender who didn't know what a garbage disposal was, who thought there were 3 chambers of Congress, the same bartender that said unemployment was low because everyone has 2 jobs, the same girl with the big juicy booty who everyone wants to date. And guess what, guys? I'm like totally still here. And I'm still the same girl who thinks the world has 12 years left.
Nancy, say we need immigrants to pick the crops in Florida.
She won't
Nancy, say it.
She won't. We need immigrants to pick the crops in Florida.
Next question.
Can you explain why President Biden was asking where Jackie was?
Yeah? Because he has dementia and he doesn't know where he's at? Next question.
Kamala, move your arms and say the United States shares an alliance with North Korea.
I can't even see the screen now.
The United States shares an alliance with North Korea.
Oh, no, I'm still here for
it.
You're still here. You might be frozen.
It's almost 8 o'clock. Yep. I freeze at 8 o'clock every Saturday night.
All right. Well, we're waiting on Amber King, but there you are. Okay. Little bandwidth. It's like somebody switches something on.
Yeah. Somebody switches the bandwidth at like 10 to 8. Between 8 and 8:10, it does it. So.
Yeah. Well, shit. Anyway, I'll go through these while you're getting more bandwidth back. Just.
There's nothing I can do till it comes back.
Well, don't put any lotion on it, please.
Okay.
What the hell did I say that for? No sign of changing. This is just a little heads up here. 2009 to 2022, $7.25 an hour. What the actual hell is that all about, Chanda?
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I mean, so...
Who did I see saying 21 to 24 an hour is what I was actually shocked. It was like a shit lib. But people are getting it, that this is a joke. This is poverty wages.
Yeah, it's worse than poverty wages. It absolutely is worse than poverty wages. What did I catch over here? The way you spell Pennsylvania is Penn. Yes, correctly, as if you grew up there. Yeah, I know. Kate, I don't brand my videos. I just throw them out there from the Land of Oz 2 because it's not about me. It's about whatever I'm making a video for. And you'll see some of our work out there, and we don't brand it, but we do mention it because I'm implored to give credit to Chanda and Linda and Amber for all the work they do on these things on the side. So
You're
just
the
push
one
them
busting the videos out. You and Linda, you do a great job.
Yeah, well, we enjoy doing them. And speaking of a sister Amber, before she gets here, I brought this Aldous Huxley. This has been quoted this week by a couple of people, but by means of ever more effective methods of mind manipulation, the democracies will change their nature to quaint old forms, elections, parliaments, supreme courts, and all the rest will remain. The underlying substance will be a new kind of totalitarianism. All the traditional names, all the hollowed slogans will remain exactly what they were in the good old days. Democracy and freedom will be the theme of every broadcast and editorial. Yep. Meanwhile, the ruling oligarchy and its highly trained elite of soldiers, policemen, thought manufacturers, and mind manipulators will quietly run the show as they see fit. What? When did he say this? When was this? Back in God knows whatever, the 40s or something?
Yeah, right.
I mean,
I don't know. I get him and the other one confused.
Yeah,
Orwell.
Instead of the only thing that I didn't see there was manufacturing consent, which is kind of something that came out relatively recently in the last 10 years or so.
Manufacturing consent? No, that was the 70s. That was Chomsky.
That was Chomsky. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of something else. Forgive me. Thank you for correcting me. But yeah, Aldous Huxley, and Amber is a big Aldous Huxley fan.
We all have kind of our own, right?
Yeah,
we know Amber loves Huxley. I love Orwell and Chomsky and Hedges. And, yeah.
Yeah.
We all have our
who do I love? I love John.
Who's yours? Yours was Thomas Frank when we first got together.
Yeah, it is. It's still Thomas Frank, John Perkins, Confessions of an Economic Hickman.
Sammy Cedar.
Sammy Cedar. Jesus Christ. Sammy Cedar. Oh,
Sammy Cedar.
God,
you miss him.
Oh, yeah. I miss him. I miss him like a boil on my ass.
Having a hot flash.
I've got January 6th, according to
Speaking of boil on your ass.
Democrats. Gritty is the way through this up. Thank you, Gritty. You nailed it. I mean, according to the Democrats, and believe me, the Republicans will do the same thing once they get back into power. So it's gonna be horrible. Once again, I am lost.
It's always horrible. It doesn't matter. It's horrible, right?
Yeah, it is. It is absolutely horrible. I'm out of sync. What slide am I on?
You're on 31.
I'm on 31. And this
yeah. The borders finally went to the border, aka Kamala
this is from Korea's favorite ally, right? North Korea's favorite ally.
Yes.
I think that's
yes. I can't believe she said that, but yes, let's go there.
Okay.
But it's exciting. Have you seen the photographs from the Webb telescope? It's humbling. So we invested in this telescope, and the images just came back, and they show us 3 billion years back to the beginning, to all these galaxies. It's the most humbling thing I've ever seen.
The pictures were horrible.
You gotta have somebody pay for it. It's absolutely humbling. Galaxies we didn't know existed. So when we think we've seen everything,
we should say that.
You gotta be smart about it.
Why? Those guys don't give a shit.
We do not care.
Listen, it gets better.
We do not care.
Here's the last point that I'll share with you. I asked my team, I love Venn diagrams, so I just do. Whenever you're dealing with conflict, pull out a Venn diagram, right? And so, the 3 circles. And so I asked my team, right? They're fantastic.
Geeking out right now.
Oh my God! Wow!
What? What the hell?
It's something to do to
Now she compares it to North Korea.
And it's so
the DMV.
It's 50 meters away. That's North Korea at the wood line.
That's it. That's it.
Bruh.
That's it.
Bruh.
Bruh.
You fucking with me, right?
Yeah, so she goes and she's talking in the beginning. I know it's hard to follow, but they should have put subtitles through the whole thing. So she's telling them, we have this Webb telescope and the pictures that we saw, oh my gosh, they were horrible. Just, you couldn't even imagine. So that's what she's telling them in the beginning. And then they're at the end when she's doing that, the photo that they clipped away to, that Memology did, was of those smash and grabs that have been going on in the stores.
Yeah.
But then she turns to the guys and she goes, it reminds you of North Korea and the demilitarized zone. She's like, that could be North Korea. That's what she's saying to those guys.
No way. No.
Yes, that's what she did. And we're definitely saving this one because you know it's going to come in handy in the future.
I want to change the dialogue. I want you to be her voice and I'll be
You got it.
Yeah,
You got it.
That's hilarious. Amber King's going to be along in about 5 minutes. But right now, public service announcement. Democrat attacks Pelosi for failure of House leadership after stock ass fizzle, calls for new leaders. God, that Democrat is in trouble. Who the hell is that? I don't know who that is. Who was the Democrat? Anybody know? Eric, Jilly, you know who the Democrat was? Democrat attacks Pelosi for failure of House leadership after stock act fizzles. Well, we know that Paul has been making money hand over fist because of the stock act they don't have.
Hey, don't talk about her husband. He's allowed to make money.
Yeah, he's allowed to get away with DUIs too, right? So
Yeah.
What do you got here? You brought this one. What is this?
I did. So this was on my YouTube this morning, so what's behind us? But I'll read the meme first. It says, Big Brother declares Big Brother does not exist. Anyone who claims otherwise is a conspiracy theorist and should be immediately reported to Big Brother. So this is a warning that's popping up in my YouTube that says, can you spot the bait? And then it says, misinformation loves using heated words to get people to react. Will it get you? Click this video and learn if YouTube's emotional language can be hard to spot.
Who in the hell are they talking to? Oh,
Who the hell are they talking? And who's clicking on that shit?
I don't know who's clicking on that shit. The one that's killing me is I'm getting all these 1099K form things from different pay sources because the IRS is coming after everybody that gets $601.
That's why Amber and I scrambled so hard over the last 2 years to umbrella us. Of course, we have Roar Media, which is the nonprofit, and that is where we, help other channels out, try to, support women in independent media. And then you and I have B&B Engineering, and I've been making sure all of that goes into my name and taxes are reported because I knew they were coming. We've been screaming they're coming for years now, and we could see them gearing up with their IRS hires when they bought a shit ton of ammo because they need all that ammo to come after us YouTubers. And so we're good. Don't worry too much about those.
Well, I'm not worried anyway. With the little that we do pull in.
Right. I know.
I mean, my wife and I are living on an income that would make a poor person blush. So,
But they don't care. They don't care. If you make less than $21,000, anything over $600, you got to claim and pay taxes on. They're not looking at it as your annual income anymore. It feels like, it looks like they're coming after you for every gig work you do,
Yeah, but anyway, I'm not even going to go there.
I know.
It's making me crazy, and everybody's going to get this. Everybody.
Well,
so once again,
YouTube pissed a lot of people off when they went after Russell Brand this week. Did you guys see that?
Oh yeah, and again, how far out are we doing? How far away are we from loading the Rumble? As soon as I get over my shit, is that what it is?
Yeah, we're already at Rumble. We've been loading stuff to Rumble like a year ago, 2 years ago. We joined Rumble and started loading stuff, but not a lot because the search engine, people couldn't find us. We just were like, we had so many other places that we're streaming to, and you can only go to so many that we just cut Rumble. But now it's time to move back on Rumble.
Yeah.
So yes, this week I'm going to focus on getting our Rumble back.
Yeah,
up
we need to
moving.
get the content over there and start live streaming to Rumble.
We've known this. I've known this for 4 months. Get your ass back over to Rumble. That's where everybody's going to be going. But, I kind of held back and was like, okay, who's going to rise to the top? Because YouTube will fall to the wayside. Less people are going there. More people are joining us on the Rockfin. Hey, Rockfin, there's 33 of you hanging out on the Rockfin. We appreciate you guys. And a lot of them have been with us since day one on Rockfin. And we've been on Rockfin since, you know, almost the beginning. We came on, what, 6 months in, maybe?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, we're moving to new platforms, and it's time that we pack our ass up
we
and
have to
get out of here.
We really have to, because, like you say, YouTube.
Handquake is taking so long. I agree, Natalie. What in the hell? It's so discouraging,
well,
guys.
I hope they're doing it right, at least. But
I know.
again,
That's why I keep saying, oh, they're doing it right. That's why they're taking 2 years.
I agree with you. As far as political discourse, YouTube is not going to be the place to go, or news or anything
What
else.
is YouTube good for other than shorts anymore?
DIY.
DIY is the only thing,
DIY.
and maybe a
DIY.
few
I'm
people
dyslexic,
DIY.
Yeah,
no, you're right.
Do it
You're right.
yourself. That's what YouTube
And cooking videos,
and
maybe,
cooking
yeah.
videos and movie reviews. What else is YouTube good for?
Shorts, you know, those stupid shorts. And they're really pushing that everybody get into the shorts mode. So you used to not be able to monetize, or if you did on a short, you had to get like 30 million views to make like $30, you know, with some stupid. And that's what YouTube is.
Yeah.
We make, you know, tenths of pennies on these when they're advertised.
Yeah,
That's why we don't even turn ours on.
We don't monetize. We
don't even turn ours on. It's not worth it.
Strictly super chats.
Here's your $2.81 for the year. You know,
Yeah.
it's just like whatever. It's not worth the hassle of it. But we've got to get moved off.
And
of
that's
these
why
platforms.
some of our better sisters and brothers who do create good content cut their shit up, because that's not only do they get their super chats, but when they cut it up, they have more of a chance of getting some monetization to help keep them floating. So again, YouTube's soft porn. I've never seen so much porn. Soft porn. YouTube's crazy about soft porn.
I don't know. I don't have that in my algorithm, so that's not a problem.
I don't know how it's in being a boomer. Did you put it there? I don't know.
It must be me. I don't know.
Yeah, it has to be. It's not me. I'm too damn old. Anyway, Russell Brand, without further ado, here we go. This was this week, and he really let him have it.
Into the story. Earlier this month, we did a video about the changing narratives around COVID, the pandemic, and COVID treatments, in which we cited information on official government websites, which we misinterpreted. I'll have to be careful talking about it now, because I don't want to make the same mistake that's had one of our videos pulled down and an official warning issued. The good news is we're moving to Rumble. All of our content is up on Rumble first, and we'll be streaming on Rumble every day. We know that Rumble has a reputation in some quarters for having certain particular biases that we are beyond. I'm interested in total transparent communication, empowerment of the audience, symbiotic two-way conversation, and attacking elite establishment, whether it's corporate or state, so that ordinary people can communicate freely beyond the limited remit of the mainstream media. That is why it's so convenient that this has happened at this time. We have been persecuted for misinformation, and it's right. We have a responsibility to make sure that the information we convey is absolutely 100% as accurate as it possibly could be. We made a mistake in saying that was now recommended by the NIH. What we should have said is they're trialing. That's what we should have said. You pointed that out to us. We made an apology video. We've taken that down as well. YouTube took down our original video. We've taken down the apology video because in case we reiterate the claim while apologizing for it, like if you said, I shouldn't have said that you look stupid in those shoes. You just said I look stupid in those shoes. You know, that kind of playground mad logic. So both of those videos you can watch right now on Rumble. They're still live on Rumble. That's the reason we're joining them, because they're not going to censor our content. And by the way, just so you know, I don't want the right to say mean things about people. I'm not interested in that. I'm not interested in wars between different traditional or progressive factions. I support and love all of you. If you love Donald Trump, I love you. If you love Joe Biden, I love you. I want us to create new systems together. I don't believe these institutionalized systems at the level of the financial, governmental, or media world are ever going to serve ordinary people. I believe we're at a point of crisis and things need to radically change fast, and I believe we'll be able to communicate our message more freely on Rumble, and this misinformation strike and takedown demonstrates exactly what it is we're talking about. We made an error, in my opinion, a relatively small error, and we're being penalized. For me, that looks like censorship, and the reason I think it looks like censorship is because there's mainstream media misinformation up all the time.
Getting a hold of that information about whether you can get infected once you're vaccinated and potentially pass it to somebody else, that's really important. Well, today the CDC reported new data that shows that under real-world conditions, not just in a lab, not just extrapolating from tiny numbers of test subjects.
Yeah, it's not like they just test things on like 8 mouses and then release a booster shot. They'd never do that. Most of you will be familiar by now with this famous MSNBC clip from Rachel Maddow, where Rachel says that if you take the vaccine, you cannot spread the virus. Now, I think most of us know now that that's not true, but that video is up on YouTube right now.
Yeah, that's good old Rachel Maddow there.
Yeah, doesn't it make you feel nostalgic for the day? Yeah, you know, Russell, go ahead and get Amber set up. Russell, yeah, he's moving to, he had an exchange on Twitter with the, I want to say the COO of Rumble about the search engine, because a lot of people are complaining that Rumble search engine is, and I have a hard time even finding our stuff on Rumble, like typing in our name, get there, still can't find it. So I know that there's problems, but I think that the more people that move there and the more traffic they're getting, the more they're going to work, they're going to be forced to work those things out. And I hate it, but that's where we're at right now.
What are we on? We're all one word, right? Or aren't we over there on Rumble?
I don't know. That's just it. I can never freaking find us. And I think we have 2 accounts.
Well,
I don't know. Chaos.
We need to get that squared away. But if you're looking for the Convo Couch, somebody tweeted at Fee and Pasta the other day. I can't even find you on Rumble. And it's all one word. It's the Convo Couch. That's the thing. And the search over there wouldn't even find the Convo Couch.
It's because of the way they make you set up your username. If I remember right, it was a real pain in the ass. You can't have this. You got to have lowercase. They can't have hyphens. So when you have a dedicated name and you're trying to get as close to your dedicated branded name as you can, you end up with run-ons and hyphens and whatnot.
Well, with some of the heavy hitters they're getting over there now, they're going to have to fix it because they can't keep running like that. I hope they do. I want to give a shout out to Linda for this one. This is another beautiful card for, or thumbnail for, Tour for the Poor, helping Jackson, Mississippi with their water. Unholy. It's okay, y'all. It's crunch time, and we need all the help we can get. Please donate if you can. Help to Mississippi. Thank you. And there are Cash apps. These are straight to Tour for the Poor, right? To Rome, right? These QR codes. So you can help out there. You can go over to the website and help out Jackson, Mississippi. We have our guest here, by the way. Amber King is in the house. Let's see if I got you framed in right, Amber. There she is. There's Amber. Hi, Amber.
We shrunk.
Yeah, Amber. Amber was.
Hi, Amber.
Yeah.
Hi.
How was your day?
Busy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was busy.
It was not at all like I expected. Sorry, I'm late. Things were going late today, and so my family dinner was late, and here I am.
Well, we're glad you could make it tonight.
Now I can see you.
You were at an event in Seattle today. What were you trying to get? Regime change in Iran? Is that what you were doing?
A lot of other people were, yes. So we were there to cover the psilocybin psychedelic sit-in and record the speakers. I got a couple hours, but not enough. But as the minute we pulled up in the van, we got completely inundated with Iranian regime change people, pissed off about the recent death in confinement for not obeying Sharia law.
Yes,
I have her name up in front of me.
Right. I know what you're talking about.
That was a little exciting and shocking, and delayed our event by several hours.
Several hours. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So, what was the event you had?
It was a psilocybin microdosing drop-in at Westlake Center, and so it was. I got amazing speeches by Robert Santicum. Started it off. Lots of people with traumatic stories, telling their stories of addiction and recovery, and how psilocybins and plant-based medicine saved them, and how we need to connect with nature, and the Libertarian Party is the party of peace and anti-war and pro-freedom. So yeah, it was just quite chaotic. Like the minute it was supposed to start, it was like there were thousands of people from all directions chanting and screaming. And
where were you? Pioneer Square?
Pike Place
Pike Place, okay.
Not Pike Place, Westlake Center.
Westlake, okay, Westlake. Yeah, they come from every direction in Westlake. It is kind of intimidating.
Yeah, so it was pretty wild because it was literally like coming around the corner as we parked.
Oh, no. Well,
we were like, wait, where's our people? Wait,
But I'm glad people are talking about plant-based medicines. I just got off the phone with Tree, and she said, would you talk to Derek Kilmer about Kratom? And I said, hell yeah, I will. And I will always talk to elected officials. I'll talk to anybody about how Kratom saved me and saved my life, coming back from an addiction. I absolutely believe plants are here to mend us. They are good for us.
Joey would vote for pumpkin. So
yeah, give everybody pumpkin. Everybody will be fine.
Well,
right?
when you get to up there like me, being the senior, pumpkin's good for your gastro stuff too. So yeah, it's good.
It is.
It's really
so
good.
Yeah. The Iranian young woman, name was Masa Amani, and she did not follow the strictly enforced dress code in headscarf, Habib, and was put imprisoned, and then died of a heart attack.
Oh my God!
In custody, and I'm pretty sure she was like late 20s, early 30s.
Yeah, I saw that story.
So they are protesting in numbers. There's been, she was only 22, so very young to have a heart attack.
Yeah, it's happening more.
Right.
And more.
So I got to ask, do you think that it's America's place to go in there and get involved and support a side in any kind of regime change in Iran?
No fucking way ever.
Good, because I agree too. As much as I want the women to be able to,
what time our event was.
I want them to do whatever they want to do, but I don't think that it's America's business to be interfering in that shit. And our CIA is.
Oh, this was very they had T-shirts made, so I'm like, this didn't.
Oh yeah. That always
magic
you off, right?
Yeah.
It was very, very operative, enhanced.
I heard people shouting CIA in the background. So
nice.
Yeah, and you are going.
That's probably me and Crow.
You are going to put a video up on the Rockfin about this. Did you shoot?
I got the video that I was showing you, but I wasn't recording that, and then I recorded once the psilocybin event actually got started. I was able to get about an hour and a half to 2 hours of that.
Okay. So the psilocybin event we'll be putting on Rockfin at some point?
Yes. And I was just sad that it got so delayed because I unfortunately had a family event and wasn't able to.
Yeah, and I went out in the back 40 and I lost contact with you for a while. So
yeah, because I was like, oh, it's happening now. It's just really late.
Yeah. You came on for a specific story tonight, and that story is this one from the World Economic Forum. Investors have concluded that the Nord Stream pipeline committed suicide after the guards fell asleep and the security cameras stopped working. Is that true, Amber?
I mean, isn't that what you heard?
That's what I heard. That's
I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Just ask Google.
Yeah. Ask Google. So, yeah, you want to fill us in on what really happened?
Well, there's multiple options. It's kind of a choose your own adventure story. So obviously, it appears the United States has committed an act of treason and war against not only Germany but Denmark and Russia, because it was their investment money that was putting the Nord Stream projects together. Although we've been doing some magical underwater testing. We have a bunch of different CIA contracts going on at the same time in the same region. And they just magically had a little, kapoof the other day.
Yeah, a little boom.
A little oopsie. And, they lost all pressure. I really don't know what happened, according to Corinne Jean-Pierre. So it's really hard to say. But I heard there was a passport found fully intact. And it was definitely Russian, so...
Of course. Of course. They left it behind. Yes, they were in such a hurry to get out of there with their, water drones. I heard it was water drones at one point. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, from the inside. Yes.
From the inside, yes.
Wink, wink.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, this is insane. And, you know, between this and the goofy posturing of Kamala Harris, like, you know,
we just covered that. Yeah.
It's World War III and we're the bad guys. Yay! Your tax dollars hard at work, right?
Yeah,
right.
It's really hard at work.
It's pretty insane. So not only will people freeze and starve, but it's your fault, America. But we're going to really push that narrative, of course, of, you know, bad Russia, bad Putin, and, you know, we would never do anything like that. No, we have no idea what happened, right? And the funny part is Google Analytics already had answers to this question built into its search engine. And that is not something that just happens overnight. So clearly, you know, maybe some contractors know ahead of time what's going to happen. So yeah, I mean, obviously it's a huge problem, a huge act of aggression, especially after the referendums that just passed. And of course, we're telling everybody we're not going to honor the referendums because, you know, UN stands for, you know, that's all it stands for. So don't be fooled by anything else. The UN knows best.
The UN knows best.
So
there've
been some people out there that had a few words to say about this. Russia has no motive to destroy pipelines it owns. These are valuable long-term assets, and the gas that escaped from them yesterday was on its own worth some 600 to 800 million. You know, common sense is lacking so much in the world these days.
Yes.
What the heck? And there's memes out there that have hit the web here. Now Jimmy is laughing.
Jimmy did it.
Jimmy did it. Blame it on Jimmy Dore and the submarine going into the Twin Towers.
Clearly did it.
Clearly did it. So again, we are living in a major cartoon. Did you want to finish up with that before we move along? We're getting a little long in the tooth here.
No, I just wanted everybody to know where their taxpayers are going. You can't afford health care. $80 billion has gone to Ukraine. And you better just pick a side and fucking vote your way out of it.
Yeah, that's really...
You're going to vote your way out of it.
That's working well with us. We got a few more memes here, and then we got our Big Savvy Sab segments coming up. Did you bring this, Chanda? This has got Chanda written all over.
I did. If you hate America and love Saddam so much, go to move to Iraq. Remember this? This was 2004. Well, here we are now. If you hate the West and love Putin so much, then move to Russia.
Now,
my how times change.
My how times change. Now, would you have this woman take care of your money and your financial things? Is this who I think it is, Chanda? I think so.
Yeah,
okay,
it is.
Let's fire it up.
The winter in Europe is fast approaching, but the pressure on its energy supply seems far from over. And it's not like the energy crisis is a linear, unidirectional headache. For Europe, the energy crisis promises to cripple everyday life and mess up the normal functioning of critical services. You see, mobile networks in Europe could now face blackouts. That means telecommunication lines across Europe could suffer severe disruptions in the coming months. What that means essentially is that Europeans will not be able to talk on the phone or use the internet. A digital blackout could be staring Europe in the face. A report by Reuters quoted 4 telecom executives saying there is a lack of backup systems in many European countries to handle widespread power cuts. Countries like Germany, France, and Italy have already pressed the panic button and are in constant talks with telecom operators. Europe has nearly 500,000 telecom towers, and most of them have battery backups that last around only 30 minutes. Telcos fear this may not be enough. Not only this, a network blackout would have a direct bearing on key services like hospitals and the military. Take France, for instance. According to the Reuters report, a plan put forward by electricity distributor Enedis includes potential power cuts of up to 2 hours in the worst-case scenario. However, sources assured that the key facilities mentioned above have been isolated from the potential outage. A detailed plan on this is still awaited. Electricity blackouts could snap communications across Europe, leaving people not just in the dark, but also cut off from the rest of the world. The service that has brought the world together and made communication look seamless is now under threat in Europe.
Uh-oh.
That was submitted to us by Chris Foster, and of course he lives in the UK, and so many of our viewers and friends do, and this is just scary to see what's coming. You know, the telecommunications are going to go down at the same time that they're taking the power down.
Permaculture.
How do people? Yeah.
Permaculture. Save your tin cans and string. You're going to need them. Pretty long.
Well,
string.
and you have you heard about the people that don't have wonderful credit, so they have to prepay for their gas? They have to go to
God,
yeah.
according to their social credit score.
Is that
power?
That's in
gas,
Europe?
Yeah. That's here in
the
America
UK.
too.
Yeah, I know they've been like doing what is that Squid Game thing in the United States with LIHEAP? I think
I just got a LIHEAP thing the other day. Yeah, you have to hurry up and compete to get an appointment with them, and it opened on the 26th. So if you don't have an appointment by now, you're probably screwed.
I'm thinking gladiator games are coming next. Now this is a topic that's been hyped a lot the last few days, and I gotta say I appreciate what Katie Halper did here. Katie Halper, host of the Katie Halper Show, said she was censored and fired by the corporate-owned media outlet The Hill over a segment defending Representative Rashida Tlaib's characterization of Israel as an apartheid state. We got Mel out there giving her a high five on that.
Mel, tell her what happened.
Mel, tell her what happened. Do you agree with that? Israel's an apartheid state, ladies?
I absolutely do.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think
expand to Ukraine.
Katie says that all she's saying is you can't call yourself a progressive and stand with an apartheid state. And if you can't admit it, then you're not a progressive. That's what she was saying in that monologue that the Hill fired her for.
Yeah, the Hill.
Which is pretty basic.
Yeah, it's pretty basic. Well,
pretty damn basic.
Sister Sabrina Salvati did a segment, and she put it out there with some no uncertain terms. I thought this was great, and I salute Sabrina for saying what she said here, and I appreciate her thoughtfulness once again on how she parses her position, and I agree with her.
The following monologue is something that I wrote, delivered, and recorded at The Hill. It was then censored, and I was then canceled and fired. Representative Rashida Tlaib has been condemned by some over comments she made about Israel. Here's CNN's Jake Tapper reporting on what the Michigan Democrat said and the response it prompted.
Democratic Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib of Michigan facing criticism today from what several of her Jewish colleagues have deemed anti-Semitic comments. Here's what
Rome! Hi, Rome!
Tlaib, the first Palestinian-American woman to serve in Congress, said at a virtual event yesterday.
I want you all to know that among progressives, it has become clear that you cannot claim to hold progressive values, yet back Israel's apartheid government. And we will continue to push back and not accept this idea that you are progressive except for Palestine any longer.
The CEO of the Anti-Defamation League, Jonathan Greenblatt, slammed the comments, saying that Israel does not have an apartheid government, and said that she should not be imposing a, quote, litmus test in a tweet, saying, quote, Tlaib tells American Jews that they need to pass an anti-Zionist litmus test to participate in progressive space. Some of Tlaib's Jewish colleagues in Congress agreed. Florida Congresswoman Debbie Wasserman Schultz called her comments, quote, outrageous and, quote, nothing short of anti-Semitic.
You see what they do here? You can't critique it at all. You critique it in any way, shape, or form, and they call you anti-Semitic. You see the problem?
The mic on here real quick. I think that's common knowledge at this point, isn't it, ladies?
Yes.
Okay. This is common knowledge, but that was just to set this second segment up. I'm going to fire it off right now. I think I've got the right one in here. I get messed up. That's why I switch the sides on them so I don't lose my space.
Yeah,
But-
I did that, or I'll number them.
but Sabby makes the most salient points right here, and I want to be clear. And she takes a position. So in the future, she will not be joining the Rising other than a guest on their show, possibly. I'm thinking, which one do I
She'll
hit?
land on her feet. I'm not worried.
She will.
This is why independent media is so incredibly important, you guys. This is why. And I'm going to be honest with all of you. After what I saw with the Kim Iverson situation, the way that they treated Kim Iverson, I really don't understand why anybody would want to sign a contract with The Hill. I don't know why anyone, I wouldn't trust it. Why would you try after what they did to Kim Iverson, how they snubbed her like that? No way. No way I would trust it. Now, Rodrigo asked a question earlier. What do you think about the guest appearances on Rising? That's a good question. I think if you're going on there to get your message across, that is a large audience, just like Nick. Nick went on there and he killed it, right? To educate people about communism, to educate people about imperialism, Nick was right to take that opportunity. When I was asked to go on there to talk about AOC, and I tried to bring it back to the problem with the electoral system, the problem with the duopoly that we have in this country. Absolutely. I was going to take that opportunity because I want that message to get out to more and more people. Now, if one of us were offered, and I don't think they would, but if one of us were offered to have a position like Katie did, would I take that? No. Can't. Sorry. But it is corporate media. So we have seen The Hill Rising. We've seen them screw over Crystal and Sagar and try to tell them who they could and couldn't have on the show. We've seen them screw over Kim Iverson. Don't know what happened with Ryan Grimm. We just know he's not a part of that anymore. I think he may have left on his own. And now we've seen them fire Katie Halper. Now, look, I don't agree with Katie Halper on some of the issues. I don't. I'm further to the left of her. It's just a reality. Sorry, keeping it real.
Yep.
But do I think that we should be applauding her being fired? No. No, because she pushed back, which is what she should have done. A lot of people, I'm going to tell you from experience, because I've seen it, a lot of people, a lot of journalists and commentators wouldn't have pushed back.
Yeah.
It's easier to just go along with the flow and keep getting the check. It's not easier to push back. So I'll give her credit for that. I'll give credit where credit's due. But there's a problem at Rising.
Yeah, they've got lots of problems at Rising, and I appreciate how Sabrina, stated that thoughtfully. She said she would never go on there. Unless I'm misinterpreting it, Eric. Am I misinterpreting? She would never be a host at Rising in their current form. And once again, to me, this is a litmus test of anybody who's actually pertains to be progressive or populist. On this issue, if you don't push back on this the way that Katie did here, then there's nothing. You're full of shit. So, ladies, what do you think?
Amber.
I just want to congratulate Chanda and I for cutting your umbilical cord to the Rising.
I know. I was just thinking that. I was like, where's the Rising puke bag? I mean, for 18 months, we screamed at you about Rising being corporate shit. And here we are.
Yeah.
And whatever happened to Ryan Graham, fucking who cares?
No, my hypocrisy knows no bounds. But I have to say, it's been going down like this as far as even the stories they're talking about. And Breaking Points is going down too, because I think Crystal and Sagar are listening to Kyle Kulinski way more than they should. on.
Does he even do his show anymore?
Yeah.
I haven't seen him.
He's just part of the family. Come on.
Yeah, he is part of
he's
it.
like,
Congratulations, go away. I mean, really,
Yeah, Grim Who, exactly.
Grim Who. You brought a Carl Vernon here.
This is funny. Did you see the new Tesla bot? Amber, have you seen the new Tesla bot? Oh, well, this is the new Tesla bot.
I haven't even seen one catch on fire in front of me lately.
Oh, they will. Don't worry.
They will. Don't worry.
Optimus.
Humanoid.
Wait for it.
Dude, this is going to bust out in a headspin.
Word.
Oh! Got Terminator eyes.
Oh, I can wait. Look, it's like just like us.
How's it get just a skinny waist? You go, dog.
Oh, my God.
Which way do we go?
Where's Stephanie?
Oh my God, that's a new level of animatronics. I'm sure that Disney had a hand in that shit. That's good.
He probably definitely do a better job.
Now you went shopping for eggs the other day, I see.
Isn't this insane? So a 36 pack of eggs is $17.19. I remember when we were warning you guys 18 months ago this was coming.
Are your eggs that high up there, Amber?
I mean, my eggs are high, but it's different.
Well, they're farm eggs, so people are paying $1 an egg up here where I live.
Wow, you can get my organic eggs.
Yeah.
It's for $5 a dozen.
$5. That's a good deal. They're city chickens, though.
Yeah,
right.
When we were selling eggs, what was it, 4 years ago? 4 years ago, we were getting $3 a dozen for them. And if we were to sell them today, we'd have to sell them for $5 just to cover feed costs.
Yeah, definitely.
It's nuts. So
mine are organic.
Again, yeah.
They're well loved.
Yeah, yours are more organic than mine. Mine are getting there though. We're
working on it.
Who brought the taco stand here?
Well, I did. So, how many children are in the children's meal?
Oh God, no shit. No shit. You're just making my day with all these Hillary and Chelsea things. What the hell?
I love when she wears the curtains from the Motel 6 as a dress.
Is this our new show competition?
Yeah.
Oh, no, so they stopped by the Pooh this week. The View, the Pooh. And this was a little conversation they had about Trump and secured documents. And God, can you imagine that he just was walking around with unsecured documents?
Oh my God in heaven.
Let me text about that.
Seized more than 11,000 documents from Mar-a-Lago.
11,000.
It's 11,000
Like not
that
one.
we know of right now.
Yeah, 11,000.
325 of the documents retrieved since Trump left office were marked classified.
Isn't that fun? Isn't that funny that they raided a president's home? Isn't that something? Isn't that great that they're talking about President Trump on The View? He's not in office. He's not allowed on social media. I don't even like the man. You know, I'm not a Democrat. You know, I'm not a Republican. I was a Democrat for most of my life. And then we decided I have to be a part of a third party. All right, so let's continue here. What are the odds that they're going to ask Hillary a question about Donald Trump? What are the odds? Here we go.
There were also 40 some odd folders that were empty. They were also marked classified. What was your hot take when you heard about this?
Well, look, I mean, I think this should be taken really seriously.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not a joking matter.
And it shouldn't be partisan.
No. And it shouldn't be partisan. No. It should concern every American because those documents and the empty folders, as they were marked, suggest that there was really important secret information that is essential to our country's defense and security.
So essential to our defense and security, they waited, I believe, 3 days to finally go to Mar-a-Lago, although they had already been given permission to enter the premises.
And when the report came out yesterday that The documents also included information about, we don't know which, an ally or an adversary's nuclear program. I cannot tell you how terrifying that is. And
Okay, so you're telling me that the old president had the codes for either an ally or an enemy's nuclear whatever, and we should be concerned of that. I'm asked all the time to update my passwords. You're telling me something in the military isn't updating their passwords? Okay, maybe I'm wrong about this.
Alyssa, you know, because you were at the Defense Department. You know, there were times when I was Secretary of State that literally a military courier would come into my office. It would be an emergency. There wouldn't be time to get to the White House and have a meeting in what's called a SCIF, a secured facility. So usually a man, it was always a man as I remember, walked in. He would have like a briefcase locked to his wrist. And he would come into my office and he would say, "You have to look at this immediately, Secretary." He would unlock the briefcase. He would stand there. He would give me this document that had really delicate, secret information about something of importance. I would read it, then I would sign that I had read it. It would go back into the locked box, attached to his wrist.
Was this from your home server? Was this...
Well,
go ahead.
That's the freaking point. That is the very point, is that what she's talking about is basic government procedure, which she failed to follow for the majority of her communications as Secretary of State. So, I mean, we can get into this if you want to play the rest of the clip, but yeah, I can go off.
All right, let's finish the clip. I think I just have 1 minute and then you can go off.
Off he would go. So I don't understand how these documents ended up where they are. I don't understand how he was permitted to take them even to the residence, let alone to a country club in Florida. I don't understand it.
Well, where was the guy with the lockbox?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking. I don't know.
What the hell was that? What was that?
What the hell was that? I don't know anything about private servers and bleach and smashing shit and abandoned houses with, motherboards. I don't know.
I'm just going to check my BlackBerry over here. My Yahoo account. We really should send things that are secure.
What is the point of the View? That's not a View.
Do you remember when she testified before Congress and said that she didn't know what the security clearance thing was in the email header? Oh, I don't know what SA means or whatever it was.
I'm just a woman.
Yeah, she's played that card, but now she knows everything about security and presidential security.
Oh, my God.
And that man with the briefcase was
that was that man. That man with the briefcase. She was on The View, man. If she would have been on somebody else's show, it would have been somebody else. It's going to change. It's a changing story, in my opinion. Now, Amber, I sent you this the other day, and I sent this to Chanda, the original.
Okay, careful, Amber, because we are on YouTube.
We are
tonight.
on YouTube, so be careful.
You can burn this to the ground.
Amber has gotten rid of her YouTube. She doesn't use it anymore.
Yeah,
she's weaned herself off of it. So, and it wasn't very hard.
Filter.
No filter.
No, it wasn't.
Here we go. Let's see what this is.
This is not a video I want to make, and it's kind of hard to make because as I'm watching myself, I see what I'm going to say, which is I have been diagnosed with Bell's palsy, which is paralysis on one side of the face. For me, it's this side here, the left, obviously. But I have to say that I would do it again.
That video is brutal. That chick is all types of messed up. That's what daddy issues will do to you. I mean, holy balls. Oh my God, thank you so much for giving me the totally safe and the totally effective vaccination. My face is all screwed up now. But I was super duper to do it again. Why? I'm sorry, why? Why would you do it again? Well, listen, this is just kind of what we have to do in this new normal. New normal sucks. And having half of your face done paralyzed so you can avoid 3 days of discomfort with sniffles sounds like the world's worst trade-off. Oh, you don't understand? What are you questioning? So what you...
Well, it's safe and effective, but never mind.
Mommy, can I have another?
So worth it. But Bell's policy is temporary, and yeah, you're right about that. Gray Walker joined third party. Yeah, you're right, but still.
Yeah.
The Stockholm syndrome. This is a classic case of Stockholm syndrome, is what it is. I mean, and the whole world's got it, you know.
Yeah, it's got to be like TDS and things like that.
It is. It's
yeah. You brought things to ponder here. What the hell?
I did bring things to ponder. So, if the number 2 pencil is the most popular, why is it still number 2? Why do we press harder on the remote control when we know the batteries are getting weak? Why are you in a movie but on TV? What was the best thing before sliced bread? Yeah, what was the best thing before sliced bread? Why do we drive on a parkway and park on a driveway? Why do fat chances and slim chances mean the same thing? Why do British people never sound British when they sing? And at a movie theater, which armrest is yours? Or in an airplane, right? Why are there no B batteries? And why do people say heads up when you should duck?
No shit. 9 and 10.
Questions.
9 and 10 are the best. Do you have anything personal you guys ponder from time to time besides reality?
Chickens, eggs,
that sort of stuff.
Chicken mom thing.
Yeah. Ponder that, Batman. You brought this just today, right, Chanda? What is it?
I didn't bring the whole story. I just grabbed a screen capture of it. You can find footage of it out there. So 47 Alameda police officers and sheriff's deputies were stripped of their weapons and badges for unsatisfactory scores on psychological exams. So guess what? They're all fucking crazy. Just fire them all.
47. Now I'm not surprised.
We've been saying this. There's a mental illness there.
Well, they had this
everywhere.
They had this cop back east or in the southeast that was raping women for 13 years.
Oh, it's a power trip. They have God syndrome. So
Yeah.
God complexes, just like you know.
There used to be a website where it showed cops that were under indictment. They took it down. But
shocker.
There were hundreds and hundreds of pages across the country of that, and I used to read that and it just blew my mind. What did you bring here? Or what's this you brought?
Honestly, I don't remember what this is, but let's find out.
Let's find it out. It's scary. It's got to be horror.
Canda's like, I was really stoned.
I was really.
If he's elected, the stock market will crash.
Okay. The markets are set to open after an absolutely brutal week on Wall Street. Stocks now down $7.6 trillion since President Biden took office.
If he is elected, the stock market will crash.
Okay, $7.6 trillion since President Biden took office.
I love the music.
Well, I had a backup video for that where Biden this week was saying how the stock market is better than it's ever been, better than when his predecessor was in office. He just makes up random fucking points about, the stock market's raised blah, blah, blah points. We're like, what the fuck? What is he looking at? Because no, it hasn't.
Invest now.
Yeah, they've been cooking the books at the White House forever. I mean, it
Yeah.
dropped another 500 points, but the stock market doesn't have an effect on the poor people. That's just the rich suckers screwing with you, right?
And I'd like to remind you, take this moment of opportunity and point of privilege, to let you know that 70% of all trades on the stock market are done by AI.
Yeah.
It's not a human decision that's fucking you over.
Oh, so save a Wall Street investor, banker, trader, because they're going to be out in the cold soon. You can invest in one now.
Jesus Christ.
Adopt one. I'm going to adopt one. They're going to be
Is it like
very
the
rare.
$2 send a goat to Africa thing?
Yeah.
I would say build higher.
Adopted day trader.
Build higher buildings for these fuckers. That's all I can say. And throw the damn AI computers off the top of the buildings too while you're at it.
And then break the elevator.
What the the hell
world
is?
we live in.
We got Stoner Corner. We're
Stoner
got
Corner.
done.
Yeah, I've been ripped all day. So this was when you smoked pumpkin spice for the first time.
Yeah,
And
that's-
no, I did not reface
You
myself
should've.
on that.
You should've.
I know I should have.
should've.
And I love this one. When you tap your pocket but don't fill your phone, then you realize it's 18:20 and you're just high.
I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. And I love this too. Sister Linda made this a few weeks ago. We want to feature it every week. United Palestinian Appeal. Please help. Please help United Palestinian Appeal. Thank you, Linda. That's a keeper forever until they do something about that absolute disgrace to humanity over there.
Average age of 18, the Palestinian nation.
That's horrible. 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 We've got Hollywood
right.
here. We got a couple of shout outs. We're not downloading celebrity opinions tonight, but we do have a couple of in memoriams, remembrance of James Dean, who passed away on September 30th, 1955. That was before I was born. Me too. A couple of years.
I've watched a lot of in-depth documentaries about him, and the same shit that's going on with Pedowood now was going on then, and he was very much a victim of the casting couch, and it's kind of sad when you know his true story and where he was at in that point in his life when he died.
Did you call it Pedowood? Is that what that's
Pedowood.
accurate in my opinion?
Yeah, it's Pedowood to me.
I was having a conversation with some friends over at Indie Media last night, and we were talking about Liam Neeson. And Liam Neeson says he talks to his late wife at her grave every day. The guy, when she died, she got hit in the head at a ski lift accident and went to sleep and never woke up. Natasha Richardson. It wrecked the guy because all he's doing now is the same movie over and over again.
Taken every
It's
year.
every year. But you know, to his credit, he's a great actor. He's just a broken
No,
actor.
he is. He is.
Really,
It's sad. It's really heartbreaking to see somebody have
Yeah.
that heart of a broken heart and grieve that hard.
Yeah, and his sister-in-law was Jolie Richardson, and who was the mother again? It was
Vanessa Redgrave.
Vanessa Redgrave had stated. I read an article way back when that they'd never seen somebody so broken, you know, when people pass away as
Yeah.
he was when he passed away. So just shouting that out to Liam Neeson. And want to bring this one. This is a game you've got here, right?
Okay, so I had to bring mine. This is random line from a movie that fans of it instantly know, and I brought "We work jobs we hate to buy things we don't need to impress people we don't like." Tyler Durden. What's yours? What's your favorite movie quote that you instantly know? I've got so many. I do Talladega Nights constantly, Step Brothers. I don't know why those are some of my most quoted movies because they're funny.
Yeah, I pulled out some Big Lebowski and
Big
threw it out at
Lebowski's
the
another one.
psychedelic sit-in.
God,
Those are pretty easy. A lot of grease.
Yeah, I would say mine. There's no more wretched town of scum and villainy from Star Wars than Mos Eisley Spaceport, and that was what Alec Guinness said in Star Wars. But I gotta say, I always hearken back to when you lie down with dogs, you get up with fleas from Jean Harlow, and that has to do with Hollywood
Yeah,
too. So
that's true.
because that happens every day, and I would point out to The Rising, and I think Eric made a point earlier when we were doing that segment is when Kim Iverson left, when they took her off, you know, there's no unity among these people over there. So Rising has done dirty several of the people that we used to watch and currently watch, and it just makes me sick to see Robbie and even Bree stay there without saying a word about anything for the job. Is that just what you do when you don't have courage of conviction, or what?
Yes.
Robbie's a weasel. He's a little,
I know Robbie's a weasel.
He's a total little weasel. Come on.
You brought another.
Yes, that's a good one. You can't fight in here. This is the war room. Great one.
Yeah, that is a good one. What do we got here?
Oh, so this is a young actress who got made fun of because of some photoshopping editing on one of her pictures, and She got compared to Family Guy.
Oh, this is Chloe Moretz. Yeah. Okay.
Chloe Moretz. Yeah.
Moretz, and I hit the wrong button again. Let me hit the right button. There we go.
And those memes that circulate on social media can be hurtful. Actress Chloe Grace Moretz says when this doctored photo of her was compared to a Family Guy character, she was so upset she couldn't leave home.
It's a leggy snapshot of actress Chloe Grace Moretz carrying pizzas and wearing black short shorts as she heads into a New York City hotel. But look at the picture when it was shared online. An internet troll digitally changed it to make it seem as if her legs go all the way to her torso.
What the?
Then it was turned into a nasty meme showing the 25-year-old
That's
actress
not even good.
alongside a Family Guy character.
Hey, baby, do those legs go all the way up?
Chloe says she found it so cruel she became a recluse. This photo got manipulated with the long legs and the short torso. Chloe says in a new interview, everyone was making fun of my body.
They took the top half of her and enlarged it and moved it down, so they basically eliminated her waist. So she had big giant legs and a extremely short torso, which looked like a circus freak.
That's right.
So I just want to say, maybe she should leave Hollywood if she can't. If she can't handle
you can't handle that. That was even horrible. Whoever did that did a shitty job, and they're making. Go ahead.
As somebody in the middle with no torso, the legs do go all the way up, bitches.
Oh, that's funny.
You get too close, you just tit comes out and slaps you.
Oh, that's great, Amber. What do you got here?
I saw a TikTok, someone saying Adam Levine looked like a Chipotle bag, and now I can't stop thinking about it. He does look like a Chipotle bag.
Oh my God. I have such PTSD from Adam Levine.
God, that was perfect.
Terrible band.
Oh my God. If you didn't know that guy was a dog, you weren't paying attention.
My kids actually used to fill all of my playlist with his songs, and I'd be like, I'm on a page. This? Why is this happening? And they were little
Christ.
too.
That's funny.
Good
troll, girls. Good troll.
That gets the award for tonight there, Chanda. That one's great. I love that.
That one was funny. I know. I like the Banjo Catfish one too.
Yeah. All right.
Oh,
Fee
shit.
says, you got Fee
says, I'm trying to read it. So Fee says, Aaron Mate says, you don't have to endorse Russia's invasion to recognize how it could have been avoided. U.S. upholding 1990s pledge to halt NATO's expansion. Ukraine upholding Minsk II Accords, right? Yeah, it's signed in 2015. Upholding prior pledges is one path to ending this war. Another is more catastrophe. And Fee says, but this wasn't Russia's invasion. People asked Putin for help for 8 years after 14,000 ethnic Russians were murdered in the Donbass. This isn't the same as asking U.S. invading Afghan for resources, extracting and political exploitation. If Russia didn't react, they ceased to exist.
Truth. Abso-frickin-lutely. We have an event coming up next week, ladies. Would you like to speak to this?
Go ahead, Amber.
Sure. Hey, join us and 24 events around the globe to get their sticky little hands off Julian Assange, free him out of Belmarsh. Many events happening all over the globe, like I said. Seattle, Denver, San Francisco, Tulsa, Oklahoma, Washington, D.C. is where you'll find Chanda and I trying to surround the Department of Justice. So please join us. It's going to be friggin' amazing.
Yes, there's so many good speakers coming. I'm so excited. There's so many of you guys I can't wait to meet out there and get information out. For those who can't come, we want to get video up and streams up. So we're going to be working. Yeah, I'm excited.
That's right. We're working girls.
We are working girls. We're the Roar Media girls. It's funny. When Amber and I travel anywhere together, it's always, hey, the Roar Media girls.
The Roar Media. I like that. That's got a nice ring to it.
Yeah.
Now, Amber, you're going to be MC. Is that correct, or am I wrong?
With Misty and maybe Randy, maybe not Randy. Not sure yet.
Randy Credico?
Still putting finishing touches on everything, getting things lined up. it's pretty exciting. We have over 20 speakers. We have musical events. It's it's pretty amazing, from Jill Stein to John Kirikou to
Chris Hedges.
It's and so many amazing people in between. I am so excited just to I mean, I'm sad. I'm sad I have to go back to Washington, D.C.
Right? I know, 2 years later, here we are, right?
But we have to,
We have to, yeah.
I couldn't live with myself if I wasn't doing this work.
Yeah.
So, trying to get all these people activated after the Roger Waters tour as well. There's so much that can be done locally. Lots of different people coming together on so many things. It's harvest season. People are, getting their gardens together. The Parallel Society thing is kicking off big time in the United States. The other mask has been ripped off, and you may see us at the Women's March with Anna.
I'll be there protesting whatever ideology they're thinking. I can promise you that.
Well, bring your Anon masks, because masks are required.
Okay.
I'll be wearing mine.
Now, I will be streaming Saturday starting at 8, I believe, 8:30 in there, and the event starts at 9 Pacific. And whatever I can stream out, you guys are all working on that deck, and we'll have the feeds here on Rockfin, and I might even run it on some other platforms.
Hey, Amber, I actually got donations from the Republican supporters that from the Candidates Forum for our trip. I was actually a little shocked. Like, so many were interested, and that made me happy to get information in their hand and, let them know what's going on.
No, it really is. If people don't understand their amendment rights and how all of them are under attack right now, no time like the present. And the mask, that's what I was saying. The mask has been ripped off, and I can't be happier that people are coming together in a lot of synergistic areas in the community and the globe. It's honestly the best we could hope for in these trying times. So
Make
really
sure you
excited.
guys stay safe and and don't break a leg, but have a good event, and make sure you meet who you need to meet to and ask. I'm sure you've got questions for particular guest speakers.
I'm laying in bed thinking of questions. Oh, if I ran into Scott Ritter, what would I ask him? If I ran into Chris Hedges, what am I going to ask him? Like, I'm going to have him already pre-programmed into my phone. Like, oh, hold on, I've been waiting for you.
Now you have a good one. You have a good.
I'm going to.
You have a good one for Chris Hedges, right?
I do have I have 2 good ones for Chris Hedges. So yeah, I'm going to make the list, and these are things I want to ask people.
Amber, you got any questions to ask people, or no?
Not yet. I'm way more off the cuff, and I have some writing to do this week. I've been doing a lot of organizing, so now I have to refocus.
Down.
We did a lot. We've been doing events locally here every week for a month now.
Good.
So and I made it through my fiscal year end, and just a lot going on. And this is definitely going to be the largest DC event that we've had. So it's
I think it's going to be pretty big,
and a very diverse crowd, and it's very cathartic to be in front of the DOJ and the IRS
and the FBI.
Like I said, be safe. They've already.
It is empowering. You feel
myself.
Like, but still, you got all the cops around you, and you just kind of feel like whatever. Come on.
I'm gonna be behaving myself.
Well, good, because we got to get back on Monday. I don't have time to bail you out. Behave.
No jail time.
And I don't go to DC alone. That it's not safe. I had a dear friend from Florida who was going to testify about GMO mosquitoes, and she ended up in face down in a pool. So
oh my gosh,
when you go against Bill Gates, you go against everything. So
you're coming to their playland. They can F with you, right?
Yeah. What do you got coming up this week, Chanda?
Trailer Park Pundit. Let's see. I got a good after school we're going to look at on Tuesday, and a bunch of other headlines and whatnot. Thursday, I'm hoping Boss will be back so we can do a full-blown To Hell and Back, but it's To Hell and Back Thursdays. You okay, Amber?
Not really. Dog.
Oh, is that Max? So this dog coming through the wall. So, join me Tuesday morning at 10:05 a.m.
10:05 a.m. And, of course, the event next week, and I'm going to be working on that event So no shorts this week. And I'm going to try and heal up some more. I'm slowly, hopefully, I'm getting better.
I saw you in Chuck Norris shorts, so I don't know about that.
I know. He rocked them, didn't he? He was pissed at me. I put him in those.
Yes, you did. That was, that's unforgivable, by the way. You're going to have,
He put me on Khloe Kardashian. Y'all see that at the beginning of the show?
Yeah, that was great.
No, I didn't. I was at family dinner.
Really
I'm
good.
selling drugs for migraines.
We have a very special closer tonight because it's kind of new. I did something different with it, but Linda helped, Chanda helped, and we got the audio just perfect. I hope so. We hope it comes across well. You won't be able to hear it in the studio, Amber. You have to hear it on the feed, but it's Three Dog Night. I've never heard a good version other than the original. I've never been to Spain myself, but this gal nails it. So thank you, Amber, for coming in tonight with your report. And Chanda, terrific deck tonight. We ran a little long, so I will be getting that ready for Thurston Community Media after the show. Thank you, everybody in the chat. Do we need any special shout-outs, or are we just going to head out?
Yeah, we're already late, but thank you everybody who joined us tonight on all the different platforms. And hold on, I see something just came in over on the rock bed.
We've got
Copeland Morris has sent us. Copeland says this is an award-worthy show. You guys are great. Oh, thank you. We like our little community here. And Aram says better late than never. All the best. Thank you, Aram.
Yeah, really appreciate
you. We appreciate you guys. Keep us going.
Yeah.
I mean, you keep this machine moving forward.
Yeah, no kidding. We appreciate you supporting our sisters and brothers, and we'd like to see them grow really big. But we like our little corner bar here. We really do. We really do. So thanks again. Never been to Spain, and I really enjoyed this. Did something a little different. Hope you guys enjoyed as much as I did making it. Thanks again. Have a great night, everybody. See ya.
Turn it up.
Well, I've never been to Spain, but I kinda like the music. See the ladies I've been saying there, and they sure know how to use it. They don't abuse it, never gonna lose it. I can't refuse it. Ooh. Well, I never been to England, but I kinda like the Beatles. Well, I headed for Las Vegas, only made it out to Needles. Can you feel it? It must be really. It feels so good. It feels so good. Well, I've never been to heaven, but I've been to Oklahoma, where they tell me I was born there, but I really don't remember. In Oklahoma, not Arizona. What does it matter? What does it matter? Never gonna lose it. I can't refuse it. doesn't matter? Well, doesn't matter. Well, I never been to England, but I kinda like the Beatles. Well, I headed for Las Vegas, only made it out to Needles. Can you feel it? In my spirit, it feels so good. It feels so good. Well, I've never been to heaven, but I've been to Oklahoma, where they tell me I was born there, but I really don't remember. In Oklahoma, not Arizona. What does it matter? What does it matter? Well, I've never been to Spain, but I kinda like the music. Say the ladies are insane there, and they sure know how to use it. They don't abuse it, never gonna lose it. I can't refuse it. Whoa, well, I've never been to heaven, but I've been to Oklahoma. Well, they tell me I was born there, but I really don't remember. In Oklahoma, not Arizona. What does it matter?